Have you ever pondered the reason behind your legs becoming weaker despite the fact that you continue to consume healthy foods? You try to stay active every day, follow the advice you are given, yet something feels different. Climbing just a few steps leaves you more exhausted than before. Standing up from a chair takes more effort than it used to. You might ask yourself, is this only the natural process of aging, or could there be something else quietly reducing the strength in your legs? The answer may surprise you. For years, we have been told that fruits are healthy, essential for the heart, the immune system, and overall well-being. Yet one detail is rarely discussed. Not all fruits are equally beneficial for older adults. Some, despite being sweet, juicy, and seemingly harmless, may gradually weaken your legs as the body changes with age. According to research from Harvard Medical School, people over 60 become more sensitive to sugars, acids, and certain compounds in foods. This means fruits that once helped you may now harm circulation, muscles, and joints. Even more concerning, many of these fruits are eaten daily without awareness of their hidden risks. But there is good news. You can learn which fruits to avoid and which ones can actually reduce inflammation, improve circulation, ease joint discomfort, and even restore muscle strength. If you have noticed numbness, tension, or heaviness in your legs, this could be a wake-up call. The process of muscle loss can be slowed or even reversed with the right choices, and the first step begins with understanding the truth about the fruits you eat every day. Pineapple is often praised for its refreshing taste, golden color, and especially for its anti-inflammatory compound called bromelain. For years, this fruit has been considered a healthy choice, rich in vitamin C and useful for digestion. However, for people over the age of 60, pineapple may not always be the safe option it appears to be. In fact, when consumed frequently, it can contribute to gradual weakness in the legs. Nutritionally, every 100 grams of pineapple contains around 10 grams of sugar and a significant amount of natural acids, including citric acid, along with bromelain. The sugar in pineapple causes blood glucose levels to rise rapidly. While this may not be a major issue for younger individuals, in older adults it can damage the small blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to the muscles in the legs and feet. As a result, blood flow becomes less efficient, leading to swelling, a heavy sensation in the thighs, or dull aches after even light activities like walking or sitting for a long period. The acids and bromelain present in pineapple can also irritate joint tissues, particularly in those already living with chronic inflammation. For seniors who experience recurring joint pain, consuming pineapple regularly can feel like adding fuel to the fire, intensifying sensitivity and causing the legs to feel heavy or sluggish during movement. Another concern is the potential interaction between bromelain and blood-thinning medications, which may increase the risk of bleeding or reduce the effectiveness of the drugs. Warning signs to look out for include heaviness in the legs, swelling in the knees or ankles, or persistent joint discomfort after meals containing pineapple. While it is not necessary to eliminate pineapple completely, older adults are advised to reduce how often they eat it. Choosing fruits that are gentler on the body, such as blueberries or papaya, can be a safer alternative. These options not only help protect circulation and joints, but also reduce inflammation, making them more suitable for maintaining strength and flexibility in the legs. Bananas are one of the most popular fruits worldwide, known for their sweet taste, creamy texture, and rich potassium content. They are often praised as an excellent source of quick energy and a supporter of muscle function. For younger people, bananas can be a convenient and healthy snack. However, for individuals over the age of 60, this fruit may not always be as beneficial as commonly believed. In terms of nutrition, 100 grams of ripe banana contains about 12 grams of natural sugar and approximately 23 grams of carbohydrates, most of which are quickly absorbed. This rapid absorption can cause blood sugar levels to spike soon after eating. Younger bodies usually manage this well, as insulin functions effectively to stabilize glucose. But in older adults, where insulin sensitivity often declines, these sugar surges and drops can become problematic. Poorly regulated blood sugar weakens circulation to the lower limbs, leading to heavy legs, knee discomfort, or fatigue in the calf muscles, especially noticeable during light activities such as walking or climbing stairs. Another concern is the tendency of bananas to promote slight water retention. For seniors with heart conditions or those taking diuretic medications, frequent banana consumption may result in swelling in the ankles, puffiness around the legs, and stiffness after standing for long periods. Over time, these symptoms can interfere with mobility and increase the risk of imbalance or falls. Studies have also linked rapidly absorbed carbohydrates with decreased blood flow to the limbs in older individuals, which contributes to muscle weakness and reduced stability. This does not mean bananas must be completely avoided. They can still be enjoyed safely with a few adjustments. Eating only half a banana at a time, avoiding consumption on an empty stomach, and pairing it with healthy fats such as walnuts, natural peanut butter, or cheese can slow sugar absorption and reduce negative effects. By consuming bananas in moderation and with awareness, older adults can still benefit from their nutrients without compromising circulation and joint health. For those seeking safer alternatives, fruits like papaya or berries are excellent choices. These fruits are lower in sugar, rich in antioxidants, and possess natural anti-inflammatory properties, making them more suitable for supporting muscle strength, bone health, and circulation in seniors. With thoughtful substitutions, it is possible to enjoy fruit while also protecting the legs from gradual weakness. 3. Grapes. Grapes are often seen as the perfect fruit snack, small, sweet, juicy, and refreshing. Many people, especially older adults, enjoy eating grapes regularly because of their pleasant taste and the belief that they are rich in antioxidants beneficial for overall health. However, while grapes may seem harmless, their effects on the body of those over 60 can be more complicated than expected, particularly when it comes to joint and leg health. One of the main nutritional concerns with grapes is their high fructose content. Fructose is a type of natural sugar that, when consumed in excess, is metabolized by the liver. If the liver cannot process all the fructose at once, it converts the excess into fat and uric acid. Elevated uric acid levels in the body can crystallize in small joints such as the knees, ankles, or toes. This process is one of the main triggers of gout and joint pain. Seniors who have ever woken up with sudden sharp pain in the big toe, experienced aching knees without any injury, or felt tightness in the calves may in fact be experiencing the effects of high uric acid linked to fructose consumption. Beyond gout, fructose also promotes chronic low-grade inflammation in the body. Over time, this inflammation weakens the connective tissues around joints, reducing flexibility and mobility. For older individuals, this means that eating grapes too often may contribute to ongoing stiffness, dull aches, and restricted movement in the legs, making daily activities more difficult. Another factor that makes grapes risky is how easy they are to overeat. Unlike larger fruits, grapes do not provide a strong feeling of fullness. A handful can quickly lead to a bowl, and without realizing it, one can consume large amounts of sugar in a short time. This overconsumption silently increases blood sugar levels, uric acid accumulation, and inflammation, all of which have negative effects on circulation and joint health. Scientific studies have supported these concerns. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that older adults who regularly consume fruits high in fructose, like grapes, face a higher risk of joint inflammation, mobility issues, and reduced physical stability. While antioxidants in grapes do have some health benefits, the risks associated with excessive sugar and uric acid make them less ideal for seniors seeking to protect leg strength and joint function. That being said, grapes do not need to be completely eliminated from the diet. Moderation is key. Reducing both the frequency and portion size is highly recommended. Seniors should avoid eating grapes daily or using them as a full snack replacement. Instead, opt for small amounts on occasion, balanced with other foods. For better alternatives, berries such as strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and cherries are excellent choices. These fruits contain far less sugar, are high in fiber, and are loaded with anti-inflammatory compounds. In fact, cherries and blueberries have been shown to help reduce symptoms of arthritis and improve circulation. By swapping grapes for these healthier options, seniors can enjoy the sweetness of fruit while actively protecting their joints, circulation, and muscle strength. In summary, while grapes may seem like a convenient and tasty fruit, their hidden risks for people over 60 should not be ignored. Paying attention to portion sizes and making smarter substitutions can go a long way in preserving mobility, reducing pain, and keeping the legs strong and steady. 4. Watermelon. Watermelon is a fruit strongly associated with summer, freshness, and hydration. With its vibrant red color, juicy sweetness, and more than 90% water content, many people assume it is one of the healthiest fruits to cool down and support the body's water balance. However, for people over 60, watermelon can be a hidden, sweet trap that gradually weakens the legs and negatively affects circulation and joint health. The main concern lies in its high glycemic index, GI, which typically ranges from 76 to 80. Despite being low in calories, watermelon has the ability to raise blood sugar levels rapidly in a way similar to candy. For younger individuals, the body's insulin can usually handle these spikes without much trouble. But in older adults, where insulin sensitivity decreases, sudden fluctuations in blood sugar are more damaging. These sharp rises and drops strain small blood vessels, particularly in areas with weaker circulation like the calves, knees, and ankles. Over time, this silent damage can cause low-grade inflammation, leading to heavy legs, mild swelling, and dull aches after even light activities. Another issue with watermelon is how easy it is to overeat. Because it is refreshing and doesn't create a strong sense of fullness, one slice often leads to another. Without realizing, a person can consume the sugar equivalent of a full can of soda in just a few servings. The situation becomes worse when watermelon is eaten after a starchy meal, as the combined effect pushes insulin levels even higher. This often results in joint discomfort, heaviness in the legs, and quicker fatigue when walking or climbing stairs. Some seniors may notice that after enjoying watermelon, especially in the evening, their ankles feel slightly swollen or their knees feel stiff when standing up. These are not coincidences, but rather early signs of how blood sugar spikes and capillary stress are affecting circulation in the lower limbs. Research from clinical nutrition institutes has also warned that frequent consumption of high GI foods is a key factor in reduced insulin sensitivity, constricted peripheral blood vessels, and increased risk of nighttime leg cramps in older individuals. This does not mean watermelon must be avoided entirely. It can still be enjoyed in moderation. The key is to eat only a small portion, never on an empty stomach, and never as a substitute for drinking water. Seniors should also avoid eating it directly after a large, starchy meal to reduce blood sugar fluctuations. For safer alternatives, ripe papaya or pears are excellent choices. Both have a gentler effect on blood sugar levels, are soothing to digestion, and are less likely to trigger inflammatory reactions. By making these small changes, older adults can still enjoy refreshing fruit while protecting their legs from fatigue, swelling, and long-term weakness. 5. Oranges. Oranges are one of the most iconic fruits associated with health, vitality, and freshness. A glass of orange juice in the morning or a few slices of orange in a fruit salad is often seen as a symbol of wellness and good nutrition. Rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, oranges are frequently recommended for supporting the immune system and maintaining overall health. Yet, while they offer certain benefits, oranges and orange juice may not always be the best choice for people over the age of 60, especially when it comes to maintaining strong legs, healthy joints, and good circulation. The main component that raises concern is citric acid, the natural compound responsible for the sour taste of oranges. While younger individuals can usually tolerate citric acid without difficulty, the situation changes as people age. After the age of 60, the stomach lining becomes more sensitive, making it easier for citric acid to cause irritation. Once this acid enters the bloodstream, it can also increase the sensitivity of joint tissues. For those already experiencing early arthritis or joint deterioration, this heightened sensitivity may translate into pain or stiffness in the knees, hips, or thighs. Some seniors notice discomfort in their legs when waking up, soreness in the thighs during walking, or sharp pain in the hips after prolonged sitting, all of which may be aggravated by frequent orange consumption. Another issue is the sugar content in orange juice. On average, 100 ml of orange juice contains about 9 grams of natural sugar, which is relatively high compared to many other fruits. When combined with citric acid, this sugar can cause significant fluctuations in blood glucose levels. First, blood sugar dips, followed by a rapid surge, creating the perfect environment for inflammation. These swings reduce blood flow to the legs and compromise circulatory function. The result may be cramps at night, reduced endurance, or unexplained heaviness in the lower limbs. For seniors who have conditions such as osteoporosis, sciatica, or weak hip joints, the risks are even more concerning. According to clinical nutrition research, older adults who regularly consume acidic foods are at higher risk of connective tissue inflammation and decreased bone density. Long-term habits, such as drinking orange juice every morning on an empty stomach, may unknowingly contribute to reduced mobility and recurring leg discomfort. That said, it is not necessary to completely eliminate oranges from the diet. The key lies in how they are consumed. Seniors should avoid packaged or canned orange juice, as these often contain added sugars and preservatives that worsen inflammation. If you enjoy oranges, the safest way is to eat them in their natural form, in slices rather than juice, and only after a meal, preferably in the morning. Avoid eating oranges on an empty stomach or right before bedtime, as this is when acid and sugar fluctuations are most disruptive. For healthier alternatives, consider fruits with a more alkaline effect and lower sugar impact, such as ripe papaya or pears. These fruits are gentler on the digestive system, less likely to irritate joints, and help stabilize blood sugar levels. By making such substitutions, older adults can continue enjoying fruit while protecting their leg health and overall mobility. In summary, while oranges and orange juice are often associated with vitality, they can pose hidden risks for seniors, especially those struggling with joint pain, bone weakness, or circulation issues. By moderating intake, avoiding processed juice, and choosing gentler fruits, it is possible to enjoy the benefits of fruit without compromising the strength, stability, and comfort of your legs. 6. Mango. Mango is widely celebrated as one of the most delicious tropical fruits, known for its rich sweetness, vibrant yellow-orange flesh, and fragrant aroma. Many people consider mango a treat that is not only satisfying but also full of vitamins like A, C, and E, along with fiber and antioxidants. Younger individuals often enjoy mango without much concern, and it does offer certain health benefits. However, for people over the age of 60, mango may present hidden risks to circulation, joint health, and muscle strength, especially if eaten frequently or in large amounts. One of the key issues with mango is its high natural sugar content. A 100-gram serving of ripe mango contains around 14 grams of sugar, which is higher than bananas and even some varieties of grapes. This makes mango one of the sweeter fruits available, and when consumed in generous portions, such as in smoothies, desserts, or large slices, it can easily cause rapid spikes in blood sugar. For older adults whose insulin sensitivity is already reduced, these sudden increases and drops in glucose levels can put significant stress on the circulatory system. Over time, this contributes to impaired blood flow to the legs, leading to heaviness, fatigue, and an increased likelihood of swelling or numbness in the lower limbs. Another concern lies in the glycemic load of mango. While its glycemic index is considered moderate, the fact that people often eat mango in large portions increases the total glycemic load, which measures how much the food impacts blood sugar overall. This makes mango similar to watermelon in one regard. It is very easy to eat too much without realizing it. Because mango is creamy, sweet, and refreshing, one slice often leads to another, and before long, the sugar intake can be comparable to several tablespoons of pure glucose. Seniors who frequently consume mango as a snack or in juice form may therefore be unknowingly increasing the risk of blood vessel stress and long-term joint damage. From a musculoskeletal perspective, mango also carries another subtle risk. It can worsen inflammation in connective tissues when consumed excessively. Some studies have indicated that diets high in fructose and glucose are linked to the production of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, compounds that promote chronic inflammation. In older adults, whose tissues are already more vulnerable, this may manifest as joint stiffness, dull aches in the knees, or increased muscle fatigue during walking. Those with arthritis or pre-existing joint problems may find their symptoms become more pronounced after eating mango regularly. Additionally, mango can cause mild digestive irritation in some seniors. Its natural acids, though lower than citrus fruits, can sometimes upset sensitive stomachs, especially when eaten on an empty stomach. For those with acid reflux or gastritis, mango might increase discomfort such as bloating or heartburn. These digestive issues, while not directly linked to the legs, can indirectly affect energy levels and overall mobility. Warning signs that mango may not be well tolerated include Feeling heaviness in the legs after a mango-rich meal, noticing swelling around the ankles, or experiencing recurring stiffness in the knees and hips. While these symptoms may seem unrelated at first, they often trace back to hidden effects of sugar overload and low-grade inflammation. This does not mean that mango must be fully excluded from the diet. Instead, it should be treated as an occasional indulgence rather than a daily staple. Seniors who enjoy mango should limit themselves to small portions, perhaps just a few slices, and avoid pairing it with other high-sugar foods. Eating mango after a balanced meal that includes protein and healthy fats can also help slow down sugar absorption, reducing its impact on blood glucose levels. For example, a small portion of mango after eating fish or nuts is far less harmful than a full bowl of mango on an empty stomach. For safer alternatives, once again, berries such as blueberries, raspberries, and cherries provide sweetness with far less sugar and much stronger anti-inflammatory properties. Papaya is another excellent substitute, as it is gentle on digestion, naturally sweet without being overwhelming, and contains enzymes that support gut health and reduce inflammation. Pears are also a great option because of their mild flavor, hydrating qualities, and low impact on blood sugar levels. These alternatives not only satisfy cravings for fruit, but also actively support joint comfort, muscle recovery, and circulation in older adults. In conclusion, while mango is undeniably delicious and nutrient-rich, its high sugar content and tendency to promote overconsumption make it less suitable for people over 60, particularly those with circulation issues, diabetes, or joint problems. By limiting portion sizes, avoiding mango on an empty stomach, and balancing it with healthier fruit options, seniors can still enjoy its tropical sweetness without compromising leg health. Making thoughtful choices about when and how to eat mango, or opting for gentler fruits, can make a significant difference in maintaining strength, stability, and comfort in daily movement. At this stage of life, every step matters, and protecting the legs from hidden dietary risks is one of the most valuable investments in long-term independence and well-being. 7. Lychee. Lychee is a fruit loved for its fragrant aroma, delicate translucent flesh, and juicy sweetness. It is often considered a seasonal delicacy, enjoyed fresh in the summer or as part of desserts and drinks. Rich in vitamin C, antioxidants, and minerals, lychee appears to be a healthy choice at first glance. However, for individuals over the age of 60, this tropical fruit can hide certain risks that may contribute to leg weakness, circulation issues, and joint discomfort if consumed too frequently. One of the primary concerns with lychee is its very high sugar content. A 100-gram serving contains around 15–16 grams of sugar, placing it among the sweeter fruits. This high sugar load can cause rapid spikes in blood glucose, which are especially problematic for seniors whose insulin sensitivity has declined. Unlike younger bodies that regulate sugar more efficiently, older adults experience greater fluctuations in blood sugar, leading to poor blood circulation in the legs, fatigue, and swelling after meals rich in sweet fruits like lychee. Another issue is the presence of fructose, which in excess is processed by the liver and can be converted into uric acid. Just as with grapes, elevated uric acid levels may increase the risk of gout attacks. Seniors who consume large amounts of lychee during its peak season may notice sudden sharp pain in the toes, stiffness in the knees, or swelling around the ankles, all symptoms linked to uric acid buildup in the joints. Lychee also has a tendency to trigger inflammation when eaten in large portions. Its natural sweetness, though pleasant, can accelerate the formation of compounds in the body that irritate connective tissues. For seniors with existing arthritis or chronic joint pain, lychee may intensify discomfort and reduce mobility. A further complication arises from lychee's reputation as a light fruit that doesn't make you feel full. Because of this, it is easy to overeat, particularly when enjoying them fresh from the shell. A few handfuls of lychee can quickly lead to an intake of sugar comparable to multiple candy bars. For older adults, this hidden overload can silently damage small blood vessels, weaken leg muscles, and contribute to nighttime cramps or heaviness when walking. There are also reports of digestive sensitivity with lychee. Its natural compounds, while not harmful for most young individuals, may cause bloating, acid reflux, or abdominal discomfort in seniors with sensitive stomachs. These symptoms can indirectly reduce appetite for healthier foods and compromise overall energy levels, further weakening the body. Signs that lychee may be negatively affecting you include leg heaviness after eating, dull pain in the knees or toes, swelling around the ankles, or cramps at night during lychee season. These should not be ignored, as they often point to the cumulative effects of sugar spikes and uric acid buildup. That said, lychee does not need to be fully excluded from the diet. Seniors can still enjoy its unique flavor if they consume it in moderation. A small portion of 3 to 4 lychees after a balanced meal is generally safer than a large bowl eaten on an empty stomach. It is also best to avoid combining lychee with other sweet fruits in one sitting, as this magnifies the sugar impact. As alternatives, fruits such as cherries, blueberries, raspberries, and papaya are far more suitable. These fruits are lower in sugar, have strong anti-inflammatory effects, and actively support circulation and muscle recovery. Pears and apples are also excellent daily options, as they hydrate the body without overwhelming blood sugar control. In conclusion, while lychee is a delightful seasonal fruit, seniors should be cautious of its high sugar and fructose content. Overindulgence can contribute to joint pain, circulation problems, and gradual leg weakness. By limiting intake and favoring healthier alternatives, older adults can continue to enjoy fruit in a way that supports mobility, stability, and overall well-being. A mindful approach ensures that every bite nourishes rather than silently harms the strength and vitality of the legs. To better understand how seemingly healthy fruits can sometimes create hidden risks for seniors, here are a few real-life stories that reflect common experiences among older adults. Story 1. John and his daily pineapple habit. John, 67, enjoyed eating pineapple almost every day, believing it supported digestion and reduced inflammation. Over time, he began noticing a heavy feeling in his legs, especially after meals that included pineapple for dessert. At first, he thought it was just aging, but after seeing his doctor, he learned that the sugar and acids in pineapple were straining his circulation and irritating his mildly inflamed knee joints. When John cut back on pineapple and switched to blueberries, he felt less heaviness and more comfort during his morning walks. Story 2. Mary and her convenient bananas. Mary, 70, lived alone and often grabbed a banana for breakfast because it was quick and easy. After several months, she started feeling her calves tire quickly when climbing stairs and noticed mild swelling around her ankles. A nutritionist explained that bananas are high in fast-absorbing carbs, which can cause sharp blood sugar swings in older adults. Since then, Mary has limited herself to half a banana at a time, always pairing it with walnuts or peanut butter. The result? Her energy improved and the swelling became much less frequent. Story 3. Robert and his love for grapes. Robert, 65, loved snacking on grapes, often finishing a whole bunch while watching TV. Recently, he began experiencing sudden nighttime pain in his big toe and thought it was from too much walking. After a medical checkup, he was told he had early signs of gout due to high uric acid levels, a direct effect of eating too many grapes. His doctor advised him to replace grapes with cherries and blueberries, which are lower in sugar and anti-inflammatory. After making this change, Robert noticed the nighttime pain almost disappeared. Story 4. Susan and her morning orange juice. For many years, Susan, 72, kept a morning ritual of drinking a glass of orange juice, convinced it was the secret to staying healthy. But recently, she began waking up with stiff knees, sore hips, and frequent leg cramps at night. A nutrition consultation revealed that the sugar and citric acid in orange juice were aggravating her joints and circulation. When she switched to pears or papaya instead, Susan felt her morning stiffness ease and her night cramps become far less common. Story 5. William and his summer watermelon. William, 68, looked forward to cooling down with large slices of watermelon during the summer. He often ate 2 or 3 big pieces after lunch. Gradually, he realized that his legs felt heavy and swollen, and he tired easily during his afternoon walks. The culprit was watermelon's high glycemic index, which caused sharp blood sugar spikes. Now, William only eats a small slice occasionally, never after a heavy meal, and often replaces it with papaya. His legs feel lighter, and he rarely notices the swelling anymore. These stories highlight a common truth. Fruits that once seemed harmless or even healthy can sometimes undermine leg strength, circulation, and joint comfort in older age. Small adjustments, eating smaller portions, avoiding fruit on an empty stomach, and choosing lower sugar anti-inflammatory alternatives can make a profound difference. By making mindful choices, seniors like John, Mary, Robert, Susan, and William show that it is possible to enjoy fruit while still protecting the strength and mobility of their legs. As we grow older, it is natural to believe that weakness in the legs, fatigue after climbing a few stairs, or stiffness when standing up are simply unavoidable signs of aging. But as the stories and evidence show, aging is not the only factor at play. The foods we eat, especially certain fruits that once seemed completely healthy, can quietly affect circulation, joints, and muscle strength. For people over 60, even small changes in diet can have surprisingly large effects on how the legs feel, move, and support daily activities. The fruits we discussed, pineapple, banana, grapes, watermelon, orange juice, mango, and lychee, all have nutritional benefits, but also share a common risk: high sugar, rapid blood sugar spikes, irritating acids, or excessive fructose that converts to uric acid. Each of these factors contributes in different ways to poor circulation, chronic inflammation, swelling, or joint discomfort. When combined with the natural decline of insulin sensitivity and vascular flexibility in older adults, these effects become more pronounced and can make the legs feel heavier, weaker, and less reliable. What makes these risks even more concerning is that the fruits are so common and easy to overeat. A glass of orange juice in the morning, a handful of grapes in the afternoon, or a few large slices of watermelon on a summer day may feel harmless. Yet day after day, the sugar and acids build up their effects silently. The result is not immediate illness but gradual changes: stiffness in the knees, cramps at night, swelling around the ankles, or dull aches in the thighs. These small signals are often dismissed as just age, but they are in fact warnings that the body is asking for different care. The good news is that the body retains a remarkable ability to heal even after 60. Circulation can improve, inflammation can decrease, and muscle strength can return if given the right conditions. This does not require dramatic sacrifices or complicated diets. Instead, it begins with small, consistent choices: reducing the frequency of high-sugar fruits, eating smaller portions, avoiding them on an empty stomach, and pairing them with protein or healthy fats to slow absorption. These simple steps ease the stress on blood vessels and joints, allowing the legs to feel lighter and stronger. Equally important is learning to choose safer alternatives. Berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and cherries are excellent replacements. They are lower in sugar, packed with antioxidants, and proven to reduce inflammation and support circulation. Papaya is another valuable option, gentle on digestion and naturally soothing for inflamed tissues. Pears, with their mild sweetness and hydrating qualities, provide refreshment without spiking blood sugar. These fruits not only satisfy cravings, but actively support the strength, flexibility, and stability of the legs. Real-life examples, like John reducing pineapple, Mary moderating bananas, or Robert swapping grapes for cherries, show that results can be felt within weeks. Less swelling, fewer cramps, lighter steps, and more confidence when walking or standing. These are the rewards of mindful changes. It is a reminder that the body listens to what we give it, and even at an older age, the right choices can restore freedom of movement. Ultimately, the message is one of empowerment. Aging is inevitable, but weakness and loss of mobility do not have to be. By understanding which fruits may quietly contribute to leg problems and by making small, consistent adjustments, older adults can protect their independence and quality of life. Each step, whether it is choosing blueberries over watermelon or papaya over orange juice, is a step towards stronger legs, better balance, and renewed energy. Your legs have carried you through a lifetime of journeys, from childhood games to family gatherings to the challenges of adulthood. They deserve the best care now. By respecting the body's changing needs and choosing fruits that truly nourish rather than harm, you can continue to walk with strength, stability, and freedom. The power to change is already in your hands, one mindful decision at a time.